命短し恋せよ乙女本当かい冗談じゃないよ
Hello, everyone. In this video, we will be introducing the story of the Kamikaze Special Attack Units. In October 1944, the United States launched its campaign to retake the Philippines. On January 9th, American forces landed on the island of Luzon, and by March 3rd, Manila had fallen. By this point, Japanese forces had been overwhelmed, and the tide of war had turned for the worse. After that, U.S. forces advanced northward from the East China Sea, heading for Okinawa. In response, the Japanese military launched Operation Kikusui as a prelude to the decisive battle for the homeland. The main strength of this operation lay in the air power of the Army and Navy. However, with their resources severely depleted, the reality was grim, and Japan resorted to ramming U.S. warships in suicide attacks. To repel the American forces landing on Okinawa, kamikaze units took to the skies. In the early stages of the operation, some results were achieved. But, as the campaign wore on, the attacks yielded little success. In the 2 months leading up to the fall of Okinawa, a total of 3,067 young men perished in the waters surrounding the island. Many of the kamikaze wrote farewell letters before taking off on their final missions. What thoughts filled their minds as they departed? Ensign Goro Nanaka. His final words. As he boarded his aircraft, Ensign Nanaka turned to a friend and said quietly, "Minatagawa." Those few short words carried a special meaning. Minatagawa was the name of the place where Kusunoki Masashige met his fateful end in a fierce and noble death. It spoke not of simply throwing one's life away, but of a spirit of self-sacrifice, the resolve to give one's all, guided by unwavering conviction, for a cause deemed greater than one's own life. As he faced death in his final mission, what was the great cause, the higher purpose, that he held in his heart? Before his final mission, Captain Seiki told a reporter, "Japan is finished. To send a skilled pilot like me to die. If it's an order, I have no choice. I will die to protect my wife." What image comes to mind when you hear the word kamikaze? You begin to see them not as symbols, but as human beings, people like us, burdened with inner conflict. And within them, a steadfast will, the determination to give their lives to protect their families. The families of the kamikaze were once revered, their sons hailed as war gods. But with Japan's defeat, that praise turned to condemnation, branding them as collaborators in the war. Placed in a society where even speaking of their grief in public was difficult, many women chose to start new lives. However, no matter how much time passes, the wound in their hearts remains, never to be healed. In recent times, the term kamikaze has evolved, sometimes referring to drone suicide attacks, a shift from its original meaning. To truly understand and remember, we encourage you to visit the kamikaze museums. Currently, detailed exhibits on the kamikaze special attack units can be found in memorial halls in Fukuoka and Kagoshima.